So I've decided to spend my weekend in Olympia. Olympia is about 50 miles away from Seattle. Now, I don't know a whole lot about Olympia. I have been here before, but I usually just drive through. This time I decided just to spend the weekend around Olympia, not really to get to know the city. I came down here for a different reason, which I'll tell you about that in a moment. But since I had to come down here anyway, I decided to just kind of hang around the city and get to know it a little bit better, since I've been kind of avoiding it. So I've decided to try to get to know Olympia a little bit better this weekend. And I've had a few surprises, some things that I like about this city, and some things I really don't. So one thing that I find interesting about Olympia is it is the state capitol, and they have built the state capitol building up on a hill. You can see it here behind me. Now, I don't know if they've done that on purpose, but because it's built up on a hill, you can pretty much see the state capitol from anywhere you are in the city. So a couple of things that I like about this area is that people seem to be friendly, at least much friendlier than Seattle. Also, this is a town that has a lot of great coffee shops. I spent the morning going to a couple of them. I went to Olympia Coffee Roasters. And I also went to a tasting room from another local coffee roasting company here. I also got to spend some time in a cool little Japanese garden. Now, the garden was not in a great location, much like I am here in this little park. It's surrounded by streets, busy streets, so a lot of road noise around it, but it was a very serene place to hang out for a little bit. Now, I don't want to be rude, but Olympia is not one of my favorite cities. I am trying to give it a fair chance, but probably not a place I would hang out a whole lot. There is a lot going for it, though. As you can see, it sits on the Puget Sound, so you have these great views of the water out all over. Which is definitely nice, because I definitely like hanging out near the water. Another thing is that the coffee here is really good. There's a lot of great restaurants, and being that people are so friendly and nice, it is a nice place to hang out, I guess. I don't exactly like being in a political atmosphere, and being that this is the state capitol, there is a bit of that. So maybe that's what I don't like about Olympia. Not quite sure. I think another thing that I just don't really care for about Olympia is that there are a lot of homeless people, and it's just really heartbreaking to see all of them. They are very present wherever you go all over the city. I don't know if you can make it out behind me, but there's a little tent encampment under this little bridge. And that is just normal. Everywhere you go around the city, you'll see little encampments like that. And like I said, it's just heartbreaking when you just see the sheer number of homeless people around. Now, I didn't come down to Olympia just to check out the city. I actually had a purpose in mind, and that purpose was to buy another pair of boots. So I came down in this direction to Olympia because I checked online, and the boots that I thought I would like were only in stock in my size in two cities. One was in Lacey, which is just outside of Olympia, and one was in Bellingham, which is way north of Seattle. So this was a closer drive, and I drove here because it was pouring down rain, and I just chose the shorter drive just because I didn't want to drive through a bunch of really nasty rain all the way up to Bellingham. Now, some of you know that I just bought a pair of shoes, and I prefer to wear shoes, but I was looking for a pair of boots that were waterproof that I could wear when the weather is rather yucky. And this time of year, the weather is rather yucky a lot. So what I decided was I was going to I'm very happy with my shoes that I bought. I should just say that. They're incredibly comfortable, and they were just the right choice. But there are some times where I wish that I had a pair of waterproof boots that I could do a little bit of hiking in. The trouble is, I already have a pair of boots. That would be these, and these are my work boots. For my work, I have to wear a safety toe shoe or boot, and it's probably best if I wore a boot just to give my ankles a little bit more protection. These have been a really good and comfortable safety toe boot for me. They've got a little aluminum down in the toe, but as you can see, they are wearing quite poorly. They're not leather, and so they're wearing quite bad. These are not the perfect boot for hiking, though, because they don't have much of a tread on them, and also they're not waterproof. So I figured at some point I would find a shoe or boot that I could wear for both work and the occasional time I want to do a little bit of hiking, or if it's just really wet and nasty out, I can wear them out. And I think I found that boot. So my intention with these is to get rid of my old boots, since they are really just falling apart. And I'm probably not going to wear these a whole lot except for work, but they do give me that option to go hiking or have something waterproof. So if I had more space in the van, I'd probably have two pairs of boots, or at least two or three pairs of shoes and boots, but I just don't. And so I think just being patient is the one thing that I always have to do when I need something. I don't have a lot of space for stuff, as you probably know. I mean, this is a tiny, tiny little van I've got, and so I can't just fit everything in it. So I think that there will be a good fit for me. Just give me a little more option, as we still have quite a bit of really bad, nasty weather ahead of us. Well, that may not look like it, but that's the moon. It's supposed to be a blood moon eclipse tonight, but I doubt we're going to see it. There were a lot more clouds in the sky earlier. Most of them have blown away, not that you can tell since it's so dark out. It's not actually that late. But yeah, it's a little bit lucky that we're not flooded with rain at the moment, like was forecast. Still pretty out. Counting our blessings anyway. That's it. Another end of a weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody. Well, there's the moon. And I'm pretty sure I said before that these clouds are going to blow away and we are going to have a clear view of the moon tonight. Yes. That's what I said before. Don't rewind and listen to what I said earlier.